Hello and welcome to the Contracting Guy. I am the Contracting Guy, and I'm on location here in Niagara Falls, New York. Pretty beautiful, right? Well, I have an email from a veteran who says, "Hey, Contracting Guy, my name is John, and I am from Fort Drum, New York, and I have a question. What makes the fourth quarter so special?" Well, John from Fort Drum, New York, I'll have an answer in just a moment. Well, John from Fort Drum, New York, you asked a great question regarding the fourth quarter. Now, the fourth quarter is sort of the rallying quarter. Let me kind of back up a little bit. The government fiscal year has 4 quarters: October to December, January to March, April to June, and then July to September. Well, July to September is the fourth quarter of the government fiscal year. Data shows that majority of the spend that occurs in the federal government occurs in the fourth quarter. So everybody gets pretty excited, much as people who like to go to Hinckley to watch the buzzards arrive, or Capistrano to see the swallows, or even opening day when baseball would occur. Someday that'll occur. So it is a period of time where you know the greatest amount of activity is going to occur by the meaning of spend. The greatest spend will occur. That doesn't mean that the activity hadn't occurred before then. In fact, in many cases, the activity for the spend, which will occur in the fourth quarter, has occurred in the second quarter, has the first quarter, even the third quarter. So there's a lot of pre-work that was done. But at the end of the fiscal year, the last quarter, is the time where that money needs to be spent so that the government gets what it needs. Most of the times where the government doesn't spend early is that the money hasn't been allocated at that period of time, or they're saving for contingencies. So the fourth quarter tends to be, well, nothing else is happening. We've already planned these purchases. Let's pull the trigger now. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important to know the methodology and the practice that the government has. It looks at their year and recognizes that the fourth quarter is going to be when they spend the most. For most contractors, they also recognize it, much as you would recognize when the salmon is running or when it's the best time to go duck hunting. So right now, this is the time where the government says, okay, I need to do this. So you'll see the greatest amount of effort put in solicitations and promotion on the portal for that. So, so that would be good. SAM.gov, where they have the solicitations out there. So what does that mean to you? That means this: you need to pay attention to what's being spent. You need to look for opportunities. Now, keep in mind, most of the opportunities are going to be here. Many people have already looked at this in advance and did their market research and their homework. And if they've done that, they're going to be well ahead of you. So if you're looking at right now, hey, I'm going to get something, you're probably going to be behind the curve. What is important is that you can see how the government spends, and then you can see where it spends. You can go to FPDS and see their historical spend. Based on your NAICS code, based on other analysis attributes, you can develop a good portfolio of understanding of where things are supposed to happen and when they're supposed to happen. Now, why does that mean anything to you? Well, if you want to get into the federal government purchasing system, you're going to have to know when they do it and oftentimes, why they're doing it. If you're offering something that is pretty darn special, well, the time to market that was in the first quarter and the second quarter, because by the time the third and fourth quarter come around, these plans have already been put into place to make the spend. That's why you see a lot of people on LinkedIn or other places, get excited about the fourth quarter, but they'll talk about the first and second quarter as being the time to be able to lay the foundation of what's happening in the future. So here's the takeaway. If you're going to be excited about the fourth quarter, be excited about something that you planned for in the first quarter and drive it to the fourth quarter. Don't expect something to happen in the fourth quarter that you didn't plan for or didn't work hard at. Second thing is that if you are looking at doing something in the fourth quarter, it may be a good time to be able to look at micro purchases, purchases that are $10,000 or less. These are all credit card purchases, and these are often a great opportunity for small businesses to get their foot in the door and get visibility for what they're doing. So, John, from Fort Drum, New York, I hope that has given you some insight into the fourth quarter and also maybe a window of where you can stick your nose in. With that, this is the Contracting Guy. I'm out. Thank you for watching the Contracting Guy. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. We'd appreciate that. This is the Contracting Guy. I'm out.